In this lesson we're going to develop our blues shuffle rhythm a lot further than what we did last time. You'll recall in session 3 that we learnt about the triplets and how blues was made up of triplets. And what we started doing was putting the little triplet lick in there, the hammer-on. What we're going to do is just do a natural development on that and start really incorporating some good blues-based rhythm in there. So let's have a look at what we've got again. We know on the first beat we're doing a downstroke across 2 strings and then the upstroke on the 5th string, and that's our constant right hand motion, up or down, up, down, up, down, up, with the swing rhythm and triplet time there. So we can do that on the first one, and then on the second beat we do the little hammer-on, the triplet lick. And we end up with 2 beats, a 2-beat phrase. It's a, and that was 1 bar there. What we're going to do now is take the second bar, or the second half of the first bar, and make it into something a bit different there, do another little lick on there. So the first half of the bar is going to go 1 and 2 and like that, with our standard little hammer on there, and then the second half of the bar we're going to go the 4th fret on the 5th string, 5th fret on the 5th string, 4th fret on the 5th string, and then 2nd fret. So our second half of the bar is going to go like that. So our first half is going to be, and then the second half. So you can see with the tab on your page there, you've got the first and the second half. Now if we join them together, we'll end up with a 1 bar phrase. And it sounds a lot different there. So we have the first beat, then the second beat is the triplet lick, the third beat and the 4th beat together are our new little riff. So we join it together. We now have a new phrase there. It's a groovy little one. Naturally, you can also do that on the A just by dropping the whole thing down 1 string to the across the 4th and the 5th strings, and the picking as well. And that's our first bar sorted out. Now with our 12-bar blues, we often join it into 4-bar phrases or 2-bar phrases, so let's develop this a little bit further and see if we can do something with the second bar as well. So we'll do something a bit off the track. So the first bar, of course, is that. Let's have a look at the second bar now. What we're going to do is, keeping our first finger where it is on the 2nd fret of the 5th string, we're then going to bring our 3rd finger up and play the 4th fret on the 6th string and do exactly the same right hand rhythm with a down and an up. That's our first beat, the 4th fret 6th string and the 2nd fret 5th string. The next beat we're going to drop down and play the 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the 6th string and do the same picking again. The next beat we're going to take our take the 2nd finger off, and the 1st finger is going to lift up to the 6th string and play the 2nd fret of the 6th string and the 5th string open. And then the last beat we're just going to drop that back to the 1st fret. So we end up with a really groovy little phrase there. So not too hard to play once you get the hang of it. The idea is that we stay in position. We're in this position here. In the second position we play our first bar riff, and then we play our second bar riff. 3rd finger 4th fret 6th string, 2nd finger 3rd fret 6th string, 1st finger 2nd fret 6th string, and then 1st finger 1st fret 6th string. We'll put that together now and see what it sounds like. Sounds quite good there. Again, just by developing it a little bit further, we're really starting to make something out of it. We've got everything from our little hammer-on to a little riff there, to a descending bass line type, chromatically descending bass line riff on the second bar, which gives it a real bluesy type of a sound. Now let's go one step further. Now with 12-bar blues, there's 2 main standards we've been working with. The first standard, of course, the first 4 bars go E, A, E and E. Now the other main standard that's very popular is where it has 4 bars of E in a row on the first line. Basically the first 4 bars are all E's. Now that's a little bit boring to play. It's very tenuous. 4 bars of E, you've got to do something quite interesting to keep it occupied. Otherwise it just sounds like you're doing a standard. Do that for 4 bars and it sounds quite boring and monotonous. So what we're going to do is we're going to incorporate our 2-bar phrase that we just learned into a 4-bar phrase now and do something different on the 4th bar. So let's go through it bar by bar. On the first bar of our 4-bar phrase, we're going to do our standard lick riff that we just learned. nice and easy there. On the second bar, we're going to do the second lick. So our first two bars are going to go. Now the third bar is nice and easy as well, because we're just going to do the first bar again. The same thing as the first bar. So we've got three bars altogether now. The first one is this. Second one. And the third bar. So we're already starting to make something in the blues. It's a good workout for the right hand. The right hand's of course got the same down-up motion the whole time. The right hand doesn't really have to think too much about what it's doing. Just hold down the rhythm and keep going with the down-up, 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 down. And the left hand's doing all the work there, just placing its fingers in the right place at the right time. Now let's have a look at what we can do with our fourth bar. Now we know that the fifth bar of this 12-bar blues is going to be an A chord. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little power chord lick to get us from the E to the A. So we're going to do one beat on the E chord, one beat on the F sharp chord, one beat on the G chord, and one beat on the G sharp chord. So we could just as easily go like that, and then we're suddenly ready for the A. And you can hear how it just ascends really nicely, brings the tension with it and gets everything coming along to it. But what we're going to do, since we're doing a power chord blues with a good shuffle in there and doing all the licks and the riffs in there, let's continue in that style. We don't really want to play and then start strumming. It's too much of a contrast there. So with the fourth bar, this is what we're going to do. We're going to play the first bar. The first beat is a power chord on E with the down and up. The second beat's a power chord F sharp, just with our same down and up. The third beat is a power chord on the G chord with the same down up. And then the fourth beat is going to be a power chord on G sharp. So the last bar of our 4-bar phrase is going to go. So nice and easy, get the fingers in the right place. So the first beat we do the open 6th string and then the 2nd fret on the 5th string. Second beat, we do the 2nd fret on the 6th string and the 4th fret on the 5th string. Third beat, we do the 3rd fret on the 6th string and the 5th fret on the 5th string. And then the 4th beat, we do the G sharp note, 4th fret on the 6th string, and then the D sharp note, the 6th fret on the 5th string. So let's try and put that all together now as a 4-bar phrase. So the first bar, second bar, third bar, and then the fourth bar. So I'll play it for you twice now. Once through very, very slowly, just so you can see exactly what's going on with relation to the 4 bars of music that we've got, and the second time I'll play it a bit faster where it really starts to cruise and groove along quite nicely. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice and easy sounding there. Now a bit more of a pacey, which is quite exciting way to play it. And then we're ready for the A. We've done 4 bars of the E chord for our 12-bar blues, and we're ready for the A. Now if we know how the structure of the A of the 12-bar blues goes, we know we've then got 2 bars of A. So over the A, let's go down and play our 2-bar riff, the first 2 bars of the E except on the A. So on the first bar of A, and then the second bar of A can go like this. So we're doing exactly the same as the second bar of E, just everything dropped down a string there. We've got 6 bars to play with now. Now to the A. Now after the A, we know our 12-bar blues structure or form standard tells us we have 2 more bars of E. We'll do the riff. Now the last line of course contains 1 bar of B7, 1 bar of A, 1 bar of E, and then 1 bar of B7. So we could just play those chords. So let's try the whole 12 bars, nice and slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. it's really starting to sound quite good. We'll make it sound better over the rest of the course, but for now that's a really good exercise. You'll find it quite difficult at first, but really bear with it and really try hard with it. There's a lot in this lesson, and it's going to take a lot of practice on your behalf, but it is really worth the effort.